Welcome, horror fans! Today we're counting down the top 10 most action-packed zombie films. Get ready for a wild ride filled with explosive chases, hordes of the undead, and enough headshots to make your trigger finger twitch. So, grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and let the mayhem begin!
I'm not infected! I'm not infected, please!
Nothing happened the way it was supposed to happen. 6 billion people on Earth.
I Am Legend is a post-apocalyptic action thriller film starring Will Smith as Robert Neville, a U.S. Army virologist. The movie is loosely based on the 1954 novel of the same name by Richard Matheson. The story takes place in a desolate New York City where a genetically engineered virus, originally intended to cure cancer, has wiped out most of humanity. Neville is immune to the virus and is left as the last human in New York, except for nocturnal mutants that were once humans. He works to develop a cure while defending himself against the hostile mutants. The film follows Neville's daily routine, where he scavenges for food and supplies during the day and tries to find a cure at night. He also uses his German shepherd, Samantha, to help him navigate the city. As the story progresses, Neville's struggles become more intense, and he faces the reality of his isolation and the danger posed by the infected.
Yeah, are these the roots?
What is it?
Statue of Liberty.
World War Z is an action horror film based on the novel of the same name by Max Brooks, but it diverges significantly from the source material. The story follows former United Nations investigator Jerry Lane as he travels the world to find a solution to a zombie apocalypse that has spread globally. The film received mixed reviews from critics, with some praising its fast-paced action and Brad Pitt's performance, while others found it uneven and lacking in emotional depth. Despite this, the movie was a commercial success, grossing over $540 million worldwide.
Vivian? Honey, are you okay?
The 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead follows a group of survivors who take refuge in a Midwestern shopping mall after a worldwide outbreak of aggressive, flesh-eating zombies. The story begins with Anna, a nurse, who wakes up to find her neighborhood overrun by zombies. She escapes and meets Kenneth, a security guard, who helps her find a safe place. They eventually join other survivors, including Michael, a salesman, and Andre, a soon-to-be father, who are all trying to stay alive. As the group settles into the mall, they face numerous challenges, including the constant threat of zombies outside and internal conflicts. They eventually decide to escape the mall by reinforcing 2 shuttle buses and setting out for a marina, where they plan to travel to an island on Lake Michigan. Along the way, they face numerous obstacles, including a zombie attack on the parking garage and the death of some of their own group members.
What am I doing with my life? I just want to connect. Why can't I connect with people? Oh, right. It's because I'm dead.
Warm Bodies is a romantic comedy film set in a post-apocalyptic world where zombies have overrun the earth. The story follows R, a zombie who falls in love with Julie, a human girl. R, who is struggling to remember his name, saves Julie from a zombie attack and takes her back to his airplane hideout. As they bond over shared experiences and music, R begins to regain his humanity, and Julie starts to see him in a different light. The film explores themes of love, redemption, and the possibility of change in a world where zombies and humans are at odds. The movie culminates in a final confrontation between the zombies and the skeletal bonies, ultimately leading to the end of the apocalypse and the beginning of a new era of coexistence between humans and zombies.
We're seeing corpses fighting skeletons, sir!
How do we shoot?
Shoot that!
Hi.
Huh?
What happened to your arm?
I got bit.
Bit by what?
If I told you, you probably wouldn't believe me.
They're not living.
Planet Terror is an action comedy horror film follows a group of survivors in Texas as they battle zombie-like creatures and a rogue military unit after an experimental bioweapon is released, turning thousands into the infected. The film stars Rose McGowan as Cherry Darling, a go-go dancer who loses her leg and teams up with her ex-boyfriend Ray to fight the outbreak. They are joined by a ragtag group including a sheriff, a doctor, and the owner of a local diner. Planet Terror was originally released as part of the Grindhouse double feature alongside Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof. It received positive reviews, with critics praising its homage to 1970s exploitation films through its over-the-top gore, humor, and stylized visuals. The film was noted for its memorable characters, including the villainous Dr. Block and the testicle-obsessed scientist.
Robert Rodriguez, Planet Terror.
Hello! Hello!
28 Days Later is a post-apocalyptic horror film. The story begins with a young bicycle courier named Jim who awakens from a coma in a deserted hospital. He finds that London is empty and overrun by infected people who have become violent and bloodthirsty after being exposed to a mysterious virus. Jim joins a small group of survivors, including Selena and Mark, who are trying to escape the city. They eventually reach a military blockade in Manchester, where they meet Major Henry West and his men. However, the group soon realizes that the army unit is not what it seems, and they must navigate the treacherous situation to survive. Throughout the film, the characters face numerous challenges and moral dilemmas as they struggle to maintain their humanity in the face of the devastating virus. The film is known for its fast-paced action, gripping plot, and themes of survival, humanity, and the breakdown of society. Wreck is a Spanish found-footage horror film follows a reporter, Angela Vidal, and her cameraman, Pablo Rosso, who accompany a group of firefighters on an emergency call to an apartment building. Upon arrival, they discover that the building is under quarantine due to a mysterious illness that is rapidly spreading and turning residents into violent, rabid zombies. As the group tries to escape, they face the terrifying reality of being trapped with the infected and must fight to survive. The film is known for its realistic portrayal, using a faux documentary style and incorporating small details to create a sense of authenticity. It has received widespread critical acclaim, with a 90% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a ranking of number 60 on Time Out's list of the top 100 best horror films. Wreck is considered one of the best found-footage horror films and has spawned a successful franchise with 3 sequels.
Welcome to a night of total terror.
Night of the Living Dead is a classic horror film. The movie takes place in rural Pennsylvania where a group of survivors, including Ben, Barbara, and the Cooper family, barricade themselves in an old farmhouse to escape a horde of flesh-eating ghouls that have risen from the dead. The film begins with Barbara and her brother Johnny visiting their father's grave, where they are attacked by a zombie. Barbara manages to escape and finds refuge in the farmhouse, where she is joined by Ben, who is trying to secure the house against the relentless zombies. As the night wears on, the group's chances of survival dwindle, and they are forced to confront their own mortality and the true nature of the undead. The film's climax features a dramatic and intense battle between the survivors and the zombies, ultimately ending in tragedy for most of the characters. The movie's themes of societal collapse, base human nature, and the struggle for survival in the face of overwhelming odds have made it a cult classic and a significant influence on the horror genre.
Night of the Living Dead.
맨날 담이라고만 하고.
아빠는 안 보고 있는 것 같으면서도 다 보고 있다, 수아이.
Train to Busan is a South Korean action horror film. The movie takes place on a KTX train from Seoul to Busan, where a sudden zombie outbreak occurs. The story follows Suk-woo, a workaholic fund manager who is reluctant to spend time with his daughter Suin on her birthday. They board the train to visit her mother in Busan, but the journey quickly turns into a desperate fight for survival as the train becomes overrun by zombies. As the train travels through the countryside, Suk-woo and Suin join forces with other passengers, including a married couple, high school students, and a business executive. Together, they must navigate the treacherous environment and fight off the zombies to reach their destination. Along the way, Suk-woo learns to prioritize his relationship with his daughter and confront his own selfishness. The film is known for its intense and unpredictable action sequences, as well as its poignant exploration of themes such as family, redemption, and the human condition in the face of catastrophic events.
Ever think modern life is not...
Shaun of the Dead is a hilarious zombie comedy film that follows the story of Shaun, a 30-year-old electronics salesman who is struggling to get his life together. When a zombie apocalypse breaks out in London, Shaun must find a way to save his ex-girlfriend Liz, his mother, and his slacker best friend Ed by taking them to the safety of their local pub, the Winchester. The film is a clever blend of horror and comedy, with Shaun initially oblivious to the zombie outbreak happening around him. As the situation escalates, Shaun is forced to step up and become a hero, battling zombies with everyday household items like vinyl records. The film pays homage to classic zombie movies like those of George Romero, while also providing a refreshingly British take on the genre. The strong chemistry between Pegg and Frost, as well as the sharp, witty script by Pegg and director Edgar Wright, makes Shaun of the Dead a hugely entertaining and quotable film. It was a critical and commercial success, and is considered one of the best zombie comedies ever made.
Oi! Shaun.
Oh.
Shaun of the Dead.
Alright folks, that wraps up our top 10 most action-packed zombie films. What did you think? Did your favorite shambling shootout make the cut? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome horror content. And hey, if you're feeling brave enough, share your own favorite zombie action flick in the comments. Until next time, stay safe out there, and remember, cardio is always key when the dead rise.